Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, August 3rd, and this is my first contract day back to the school year. So school starts for the students on Monday, August 5th, but we always have to be back 3 school days prior to that to prep, have meetings, take care of things that we need to do before the school year starts. So this is my very first contract day. It's a little after 7 and I have to be at work at 7:45. But I decided, since this is my first contract day back, I'm going to treat myself to an iced coffee at McDonald's because that has become my summer obsession. So I'm on my way to McDonald's to pick up an iced coffee, and then I'm going to head to work. Aside from that, I'm a little unsure of how this whole vlogging thing is going to go, to be honest. I'm a little apprehensive because I feel like I don't really know that people want to see what I'm doing from day to day as a teacher. And it's not like I have a huge channel. I think on a good day I have 60 subscribers, but I figured I'll just give it a try, see what happens. And the other reason that I've kind of pushed myself to do it is because I do, or last year for the first time I did Genius Day projects in my class, which are like passion projects or 20% projects. They've been called a lot of different things, but they have the same idea in mind, where the kids had to do a project about something they were really passionate about, and they had to research on it, and then they had to create a final product that would help educate and serve either a community need or a global need. And I'd like to continue to do that project this year, and I figured this YouTube channel could be Miss Robinson's passion project. I'm passionate about teaching, and my final product that I would serve the teaching community with would be this vlog series. So I'm forcing myself to do it. I do feel a little awkward and silly. I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, but I'm just gonna give it a try for the first week and go from there. So that's my mindset right now. But anyway, I'm on my way to McDonald's to pick up my iced coffee, and I will see you guys a little bit later. I'm not sure when, but sometime later in the day. All right, see ya. All right, hey everybody, it is me again. It is now about 4 o'clock. I've been here since about 7. And it literally has been just that busy from the time I got here to now. This is the first time I've been able to check back in with you guys. So today, our first contract day, as always, was filled with the staff meeting where we kind of went over test information from the previous year, talked about what we needed to do for the upcoming year, some of the goals for the school and the district. And then after that, my 5th grade team and I went to lunch. Enjoyed an hour lunch because we normally only get 40 minutes, so we let ourselves have a long lunch. And then we came back and we had a team meeting. And in the team meeting, we just made sure that we were prepped and ready to go for the first week of school, which is going to be this coming Monday. And that meeting was a little stressful just because we are getting a new language arts adoption this year. And so it's all new to us. And in a sense, we're kind of like new teachers. Like, we've never used this program before. The format of this program is a little bit different than what we're used to. So there's a lot of fumbling around and trying to figure out things as we go. So I know it will get better with time, but it's just been difficult today because we're just kind of fumbling around as we figure things out. So right now I am in my classroom. 2 of my team members are up in the office making copies for us for what we need next week, and then 1 had to go home because she has small kids. I think I'm gonna try and straighten up my room a little bit. I mean, it's not super messy, but there's just a lot of random things in random places that I need to take care of, and I kind of want to get that cleaned up before I go home so that I feel like when I come in tomorrow, the room is at least clean and fresh and I'm ready to go. So I will give you just a quick pan around my classroom so that you can see it. There's a full classroom tour video on this channel that I did 2 years ago when I think it was 2 years ago. This is now my 3rd year with the room looking this way. So there's a full classroom tour there if you want to take a look at it in more detail, but I'll just show you a quick pan around so that you can see. So that's just the front door, or the door, not that there's a back door. Here's the door to the classroom. And the room is set up so that I can have about 35 students. So I have a classroom library over here, which is my favorite part of the room. This is the desk up at the front of the classroom that I use most of the time because I'm usually up here the majority of the day when I'm teaching. Then we have a small group table in the back. that I use when I'm pulling just a few students at a time. And then this is the desk that I usually am at the end of the day when I'm taking care of stuff that needs to be done before I go home. So yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of things done really quickly, and then I'm gonna head home, and maybe I'll check in when I get there. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey everyone, I am home now. It is about 5:30ish, about 5:40. I just got home about 10 minutes ago. Let the dog out to use the bathroom, and I am getting ready to cook. I'm not gonna eat dinner right after I cook because I usually eat a little bit later. I prefer to eat around 7:30, which I know is kind of late for most people, but that is my preference. But it is hot outside still. I live in Southern California, so it's pretty hot. And normally when I get home from work, I like to take my dog Genesis on a walk because she spends the day alone. I feel bad for her, and I want her to get some exercise, and it's a great way to kind of get her some fresh air, and it tires her out for the rest of the night, so she's out of my hair. So I want to walk her, but I want to wait a little bit later, and she's looking at me right now, when it's cooler. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook dinner now so that it's ready, so that after I get home from walking her, I can eat it. And I was gonna go to Target after work, but I decided not to because there's a couple things I just wanna make sure I have done and taken care of so I can prep them when I get to school tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna go to Target tomorrow. I need to return a couple of things that I bought for the classroom. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna cook dinner. I'm going to walk my dog Genesis. I'm gonna then eat the dinner and then do a couple of things that I need to get done for work tomorrow. So I'll try and check in with you guys while I'm walking Genesis, and I guess I'll see you in a bit. So I have finished cooking. Here is the final product. So it looks pretty good. I'm getting ready to take my dog on a walk. So it is a pasta dish from Blue Apron, which is this one here, cremini and shiitake mushrooms and pasta. So I made that. I'm going to have it with this garlic bread that I bought from Stater Brothers, which is a grocery store in Southern California a while ago, that I actually put in the freezer. So one tip that I do have is that I buy this fresh, and it's 2 big loaves, and it's just me, and I can't eat all that bread at once, so I will freeze extra bread, because I figure that's what frozen garlic bread is anyway. It's just bread that they froze. So I'm gonna have it with that. These are just the toppings that I'm gonna put on it. So I'm getting ready to walk my dog Genesis, who I think is on the couch. Genesis, say hi. She's sitting up. So I'm gonna walk her. It's about 7 o'clock now, so it's probably cooled off. That's my little one. But I am having a very small teaching crisis, which is, there are some things that I want to do when I get back from the walk after eating dinner. And one of those things was I wanted to look at some forms that I made over summer for the first week of school. And I am 1000% certain that I made these forms, and I made them using my Google Drive. But when I just went into Google Drive, I cannot find them anywhere. I've searched all the folders that I have. I searched the search section, and it's not coming up. Luckily, I think I have hard copies at school that I can just make copies of, but I kind of wanted to see them one more time before I made copies, because I made them in the very beginning of summer, and sometimes ideas change along the way. So like I may have had one idea when summer began, and I may have since changed that. So I just wanted to double check, but I don't have the hard copies with me. I left them in my classroom, and I cannot find them on my Google Drive, which is weird because the Google Drive is pretty reliable. So I'm really panicking on the inside, but I'm gonna try and calm down. So I'm gonna calm down on my walk. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna eat dinner, and probably watch a taped episode of The Real Housewives of some sort. I watch them all. Don't judge, because I love it. I watch every single one. But yeah, so I probably won't talk to you guys anymore for the rest of the day, because I need to take her on a walk. I need to come back and figure out where those forms are. I need to eat dinner. And I need to go to bed, because quite honestly, I'm tired. Not just because this was our first day back, but also because I went to bed really late. I went to bed at about 11:30 last night and woke up this morning at about 3:15 because my dog was having a panic attack in her sleep, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. And then I went to the gym, so I am pretty tired. So this is my first day of vlogging. I don't know if I did it right or how it's going, but we'll see. And I will check in with you guys tomorrow on my second contract day. So I will see you guys later. Morning, everyone. It is day 2, second contract day. It's about 7:10. It is Thursday, and I'm getting ready to head out to our district welcome back breakfast, which is something that we do every single school year. We all take a bus there together. I had a bit of a rough morning. I made it to the gym, so that's good. And my friend met me there, so that was nice. But I had to leave the gym early because we have to be here a little bit early in order to catch the bus. So I left the gym early, got home, realized I didn't have my cell phone. I left it at the gym, so I had to go back. And I thought I was gonna be late, but I made it on time. And also, at the end of yesterday's vlog, I told you that I couldn't find some documents that I created and I was afraid that they were lost forever. I found them. I created them in Microsoft Word and not my Google Drive, so that's all good. But I'm getting ready to head out. That's why I have my sunglasses on, and I will check back in a little bit later. Hey everybody, it is now about 4:45 almost. It's going on 4:45. I feel like I've been pretty productive today. I got a couple of things on my checklist done, so that's good. I still have a few to do. Some I have to do at home, and the rest I'll take care of tomorrow. The first thing I want to show you is one of the things that was on my checklist, and it was to switch a bulletin board out. So I was scrolling through Instagram this summer and I came across a post from, I believe it's Lessons with Laughter. I don't know if that's her Instagram name or if that is her blog page name, but she had a wall where kids would write their favorite quotes from their reading, and they'd be able to write them after she approved them, and I thought that was a great idea because I really want to push reading in my classroom this year. So I switched one of my bulletin boards out to say quotable quote. So I'm going to show that to you. So, oops. This is the board. So she actually used a special kind of paper, but I didn't want to take that whole board down. This is just black fateless paper. So I think what I'll do is I will have the kids write the quotes that they're choosing using metallic Sharpie pens. So that was one of the things I accomplished today. So that is officially checked off my list, and I'm happy about that. The other things I did, that there was just a lot of laminating that I needed to do. So I needed to laminate some table mats that I can show you over here. I use these to help with grouping. So we do Kagan strategies in this district, and so we use these mats, and they're just good for, I have my class arranged in groups of 4. Let me show you that. So you can see most of the desks, or most of the groups with the exception of that one, is arranged in groups of 4. And the concept is to put kids in ability groups. So you have usually a student that performs very high, a student that's kind of medium high, one that's medium low, and then one that's struggling. And having that combination of students in a group is helpful and beneficial to all. Like the high kids can learn something from the ones that are struggling, and then of course the struggling kids can learn a little bit from the high kids. So these mats are just used, and you number your students, and you might say, okay, number 1, you're gonna work with your shoulder partner, which would be number 2, and so on. So I had to do some laminating. I got that done, and then I had to just clean up my room because there was just a lot of stuff everywhere. So I've cleaned up, and over here I just thought I'd show you guys an example of the supplies that I'm provided with when school starts by the school. So they're just very basic things, like we always get crayons, colored pencils, and markers. And I think that midway through the year the crayons and or the colored pencils are restocked. We get glue, we get pencils to start the year off. These are glue sticks. And then this year, exciting news is we got a pencil sharpener. We don't get one of these every year. And pencil sharpeners, I'm sure you guys know, are expensive, or if you don't know, they are expensive. And they're so expensive that I don't let my kids sharpen their own pencils because they will break it either on purpose or they will break it accidentally, and I can't afford to replace pencil sharpeners. So I actually already have a pencil sharpener that's working pretty well, so I'm going to save that one that I got this year for that time when that student breaks the pencil sharpener. I'll know that I have a backup. So I unpacked all those supplies, and then I organized this box here. So my parents are going to help tomorrow, and this is just a box of stuff that I'm going to have them help me with. So my mom will be labeling these for me, just getting their first day folders ready. She'll probably separate these Scholastic book orders so that I can send those out. My dad helps, and surprisingly enough, he has really good penmanship, so he'll do name tags for me. And then my mom usually puts my table bins together. So she'll clean them out, organize them. And this is where I usually put the school supplies that we get. So those markers and colored pencils and all that, I have them stored there. So it's pretty clean. And then I also redid my book list, which is right here. So I had these done before, but I just kind of retyped them so they went a little bit better with my classroom. So what I like to do is every month I have one of these, and it just kind of has fun facts for the month. Things like, you know, the Treaty of Paris ends the Revolutionary War, Babe Ruth hits his first home run, and then in the basket with that list are books that relate to one of those topics. And I have collected these books over the course of, you know, years. Some of them I bought myself, some of them were donated to me, some of them I got at Scholastic Book Warehouse sales. And so I take the books out for the month, so you can see the basket for August is empty because I just took those books out. And I put the books that were in the basket on display at the back. And a lot of times kids can just kind of go and pick them up and read them as they choose. I'm thinking about this year not letting them do that because sometimes they aren't very careful with the books, and most of these books are hardbound, and hardbound books are very expensive. So I get really nervous about just letting the kids pick them. So I'm not sure if I want to keep doing that. But I do try and make a point to read those books to them. So if it's the day that Babe Ruth hit the first home run, I'll try and read the book about Babe Ruth just to kind of give them some information. And then that chart that I make that has all those facts on it, I actually post on the wall, and it's a part of our morning announcements. So I have a student that says the pledge, takes lunch count. She'll tell us what the fun fact for the day is, if there is one, and the citizenship trait of the month. So I have the list right there. So she'll just read from it, or he if it's a boy, and then that's really it. So I got all that reorganized. I got the books out, cleaned up my room, and I feel like I'm ready for tomorrow. So tomorrow is Friday, and the Friday before school starts is our meet and greet. So kids find out who their teacher is, they come, they meet the teacher, ask a couple questions, and it's just kind of to put their mind at ease. And it only lasts for about 30 minutes. Now, for the most part, we don't get a whole lot of kids coming at 5th grade because by 5th grade, they kind of know who you are and they don't really have any apprehension of who's Miss Robinson. So, but we always prepare just in case we'll get a lot. So that's pretty much what I did all day. It's been busy. I'm going to head out of here for the day. I think I am going to go to Target and make some returns. Then I'm gonna go home, eat some dinner, do some work there, and I might check in with you guys at that point. So I will see you later. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to do. There are 2 things that I did today or used today that I thought I wish somebody would have told me this when I was beginning teaching. So these are just little things that you learn along the way that no one really tells you. They're not like critical to being a successful teacher, but they're just little helpful tools. So the first thing I wanted to show you is this. So this is a staple gun, and a couple years ago I found out that hanging bulletin boards using a staple gun is a life changer. Before that I was using a regular stapler, and so I'd open the stapler all the way, and then I'd be like using my fist to get the staples into the wall, and by the end of it my hand was hurting, I was frustrated, and a staple gun gets it done just like that. So I would just suggest you go get one. I think I spent $12 on that one from Lowe's a couple of years ago, and I have told some teacher friends here about it and they love it. So I wish someone would have told me that. And then the other thing, there was 2 things, the staple gun and I don't know, I forgot what the second thing was. If it comes to me, I'll tell you what it is later on, but for sure get a staple gun to help you hang bulletin boards and just hang things on your wall like student work. Oh, the second thing was T-pins. So I'm trying to find where I put my T-pins. T-pins I use sometimes to hang student work if I don't want to deal with staples, and sometimes I use when I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the bulletin board. So this is a box of T-pins that I've had for years because I reuse the T-pins. And you get these little tiny pins that look like this. Like, it's so, oh sorry, so small that I think you probably can't see it, but they're super thin and they're called T-pins because they're shaped like a T. So that's a T-pin. So I use these a lot when I'm not quite sure how I want to arrange a bulletin board and I'm just kind of figuring it out. Or like I said, if I want to put stuff up on the bulletin board, but I don't want to deal with having to remove staples. They're just really great and you can reuse them. So those were two little things that I was using today, and I thought, I wish somebody would have told me about this a long time ago. So I thought I'd share it with you guys in case you're a new teacher and you're looking for tips like that. So anyway, I'm about to go home, or no, I'm about to go to Target to make my returns, and then I'm gonna go home and I'll see about checking in a little bit later. Bye. Morning everyone, it's Friday, the last contract day before students start, and it is about 9:15. So I didn't check in last night when I got home because I had to focus and get to work so I can make sure I got everything prepared for today. So my parents are coming in about 15 minutes to help me out with some things, so I just want to make sure I have materials ready for them. Last night, after I ate dinner, I worked on a couple of things that I needed to make sure were ready for today. So after today will be school. Monday is the first day of school. So I'm at a point where I feel relatively ready, but I know that there's still stuff that I need to do, but a teacher's job is never really truly done, so I'm trying to just remind myself of that. Like, I have this list of things to do, but a teacher's list is a perpetual list. There's always something. As soon as you scratch one thing off, another thing is going to be added. So I'm gonna head to the office right now to make copies, and I will check in with you guys later. I might even show you my parents helping if they're not too embarrassed or too shy to be on camera. But I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Look at my parents hard at work. Wave to the camera, mommy. Look at my mom. There's my dad. You wanna say hi? Okay, it is now about 10 minutes to 6. It's still Friday. I have had a very long and busy day. Luckily, my parents came to help me, and they helped a great deal. So usually once a year, around this time, on this day, the day that we have meet and greet, which is usually our last day before students actually arrive, my parents will come and they will help me, and they help me do just the little things that take time, but are really easy, but just take away from time I need to spend on some of the larger things like lesson planning and things like that. So they come in, they label books. My dad has really nice penmanship, so he does my name tags for me. My mom cuts laminate, she gets the bins ready, and it's just so nice, and I feel so lucky to have my parents come and help me. So I know in the very short video clip that I showed you of my dad, he gave you a little look as if to say he was being tortured, but they really are a great help, and I appreciate them coming. So because without them I wouldn't be leaving today feeling like I'm fairly prepared for Monday, aside from a couple of minor things that need to be done. But we did have the meet and greet at 2:30 today, so a few students came. I would probably say maybe 10 or so. Right now I have a class of I think 33, so out of those 33, 10 or so students came with their parents to kind of check out the classroom, see where they sit, see who else is in their class. And so at meet and greet I just say hi, I give them a handout that tells them what school supplies I suggest they buy in case they want to shop over the summer. And then I made sure to tell all of them that I started a YouTube channel for the class this summer that will primarily focus on math tutorials as well as other things, and they seemed really excited about that. The response was really great and they were really appreciative. If you guys are interested in hearing as to what that is, or how I plan to use the channel, or what I've done with the channel so far, let me know and I can do a quick video on that. I met with my team briefly to just go over what our plans are for Monday, and I think that we're prepared just to make it through the first day of school. And with this district, I don't know about other ones, but the nice thing for us is that our first day is on a Monday, and Mondays are our minimum days. Every Monday we have a minimum day, so we get out at 1:15. So our goal today was just to make sure we were prepped and planned for Monday, and then we will meet again as a team to kind of look at the rest of the week and make sure we are ready to go. So that was my day. A lot of running around. I've been sweating. I've been labeling things that my parents didn't get a chance to. I've done all of that. And now I'm going to go home. I was supposed to cook tonight, but I think that that is not gonna happen. I don't even know why I thought I would come to work and like be hustling today and then go home and cook. So I'm gonna go home, walk the dog when it cools down, probably grab something to eat, and then I'm going to watch the opening ceremony of the Olympics and do some of the mindless things that I need to take care of to get ready for Monday and the school year in general. So these were my first 3 contract days of the school year. So if you are a new teacher, your first 3 days, at least in my district, and I think it's pretty common in others, are really just spent with going to staff meetings. You might have to go to a couple of trainings for the district, having meetings with your grade level and things like that. And then you're just making sure you're prepared for the school year, the first week, and then just getting up and running to be ready to go. So this is my last prep day. So on Monday when you see me, it will be the first day of school, and we'll see how it goes. So I will see you guys then. Bye. To the planner. And luckily for me, watched another YouTube video and I stumbled upon this teacher who had a tutorial on how to use Post-it notes